I think the most important thing I've learned this semester is how to work on a virtual team. While that's very broad and not probably what we were looking for, I think it's the most valuable thing I've learned this semester, because as we move forward in our careers, we're all going to be working in virtual teams, and having this experience of creating this website and working together to get all these tasks done and through the discussion boards, but actually never really meeting ever in face-to-face with any of the group members, will really help us in the future as we move forward in our careers and we're working for companies that have offices all over the world, and having to work with someone from a different office that you'll never meet in person on the same project. That's very important, and it'll be very applicable in the future. But one thing that I did really enjoy from the text was the ethics and leadership from the Johnson text. Reading through that, it just made me think of things I had never thought about before as a leader and a follower, and the ethics and the ethical situations that they'll be put in and decisions they'll have to make. I really enjoyed that. Applying this to my future as I move out into the workforce and find a career, virtual teams are always, from this point forward, are always going to be important in the workplace and continue to be more valuable and more used. So knowing how to work in virtual teams rather than in person will be important, and hopefully give me a step up on people that haven't had this experience. I think one of the strengths that I have is tied in with transformational leadership. I feel confident adapting and changing and fitting with the needs of my followers and the people around me. And transformational leadership is always changing, it's always adapting, and so are we as people. So I think that's an important skill to have. I also think that I'm good with recognizing diversity of the people in my group and the people around me, and how we can identify that diversity and use it to help us in our group to be more successful. Something that I think needs improvement is my communication, especially through virtual teams and online. I'm not the best communicator and never really have been. It's always something that I work on and I'm struggling with. So through this, I've learned that I definitely need to work on it a little harder and continue to work on it, improve, and just use better communication, clearer communication with my group members, whether that's online, in person, through email, group messages, whatever that will be, just to make sure that we're being as successful as possible and working together the best that we can. And that's probably always something I'm gonna have to work on, because I've been working on it forever, but it's still something that I identify as something that I really need to work on.